Whether you're just starting your build or are looking for that final finishing touch, the ZL1 performance style quad tip rear diffuser we have here is the perfect addition to your 2016 to 2024 Camaro. Featuring OEM style and materials plus an easy installation process and an affordable price, this makes for a great addition to any build. Camaros in general are not subtle cars, but the rear diffuser in stock form leaves something to be desired. This one, however, solves that. You get the larger cutouts for quad-tipped exhaust, so if you already have the factory NPP dual mode exhaust, this will fit perfectly. Or you can fill it out with a quad-tip aftermarket exhaust of your choice, and we've got plenty of those available if you are shopping. This also adds a couple of fins to the center section and is a bit more pronounced in the center too, and gives you more of that touring car or racing car look, as the name suggests, evoking the ZL1 styling. This one also happens to come pre-finished in this glossy black, so it will serve as a great complement to any paint color or the perfect contrast or accent piece, especially if you're going for that blacked out look. Construction here is all polypropylene, which is what makes up a lot of plastic trim pieces on modern vehicles. That material is widely used because it's lightweight and it's strong, so it can take a beating, which is important given where this sits on your car. This diffuser is also designed to mimic an OEM part, hence the name, so it comes with all the necessary clips and attachment points already prepped, and it is designed to fit right in place of your factory original. Pricing comes in at about $275, making this one of the most affordable options on the market for these cars. And if you want the look, it's going to be a heck of a lot less expensive than getting one from GM, and you don't even have to factor in paint for this. Installation gets a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 1 hour to complete. Like we were discussing a few moments ago, this is just going to pop right in place on your factory rear bumper in place of your original splitter. Not much more I can say about it, so let's head on out to the shop and we'll walk you through the process step by step.
For this install, you need a ratchet, extension, 7 and T15 socket, Phillips head screwdriver, and a trim panel removal tool. Alright, today we're going to be installing a rear diffuser on our Camaro, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start off on the side underneath our bumper. Now you see we do have it in the air. You don't need to do this. You can do this on the ground. We're just giving you an easier shot. Now on the side we have 4 7mm bolts and 1 T15 screw. So we're going to take those out with our ratchet and socket. I'm going to switch to our T15 socket. Take our screw out here. Now you can go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side, and we still have a couple more screws in the center. So in the center here, we have 2 more 7mm screws. So we'll grab our ratchet and socket and take these out. So now we're going to pull our diffuser off. Now it is held in with tabs that go across the top here. So if you need to, you can grab a trim panel removal tool. Just get in between the diffuser and the bumper just to help release them. So we're going to start at the bottom here and work our way around. So now that our diffuser is off, the only thing we need to take off and swap over are our marker lights that are on either side. There's just 1 Phillips head screw holding them in. Take that out. And then you can remove the light out the front. Just go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. All right, so before we get our diffuser on, we just have to put on our side winglets on either side and install our factory marker light. So we're gonna start with our marker light. We're gonna get that in place and thread in our Phillips head screw that we took out. And next we can go ahead and get our side winglet on. So we're gonna get this locked into place. You'll see a slot on the side that will go through this tab. Get that lined up. Then we're gonna have 3 supplied Phillips head screws that go through each of these holes here. Just thread them in and tighten them down. Then you go ahead and do the same thing on the other side for the marker light and winglet. Now we're going to get our diffuser onto our car. Now we're going to start with our 2 center tabs here, get them lined up, and then we'll work our way towards the outside. Give it a good tap to lock it in place. Get all of these tabs lined up. Let's get everything locked in. Now the harder part is the side so we'll get this side lined up. All right, on the side here, we're just gonna use our trim panel tool just to help get our tabs lined up. Pop that off and get that back in. These have to go in from the side basically, so it's just a little bit awkward. Also doesn't help that our bumper is not in the best shape. We'll get that locked in. Go ahead, do the same thing on the other side and we'll get our bolts secured. So underneath on the side here, we're gonna get all of our screws put back in. So we have our 4 7mm. I'll get those threaded in. Then I'm gonna switch to my T15 socket and put our screw in on the outside here. Then you can go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side, and we just have our 2 screws left in the middle. So we have our 2 7mm screws to put back in the middle, a ratchet, extension, and socket, tighten that down. And that wraps up our install of our ZL1 Performance Style Quad Tip Rear Diffuser, glossy black for our 2016-24 Camaro, excluding the ZL1. And remember, for everything Camaro, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.